Let me tell you the hard truth. Life doesn't change by accident. It doesn't change because you hope, or because you complain, or because you wait for the perfect moment. No life changes when you decide to change. Life changes when you take action. Here's what most people won't tell you. Most of us waste hours every single day. We waste them without even thinking. We waste them on TV, on endless scrolling, on meaningless conversations, on worrying, on complaining. And when the day is over, we wonder why nothing feels different. We wonder why we're stuck in the same place, month after month, year after year. But here's the good news. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. You don't have to flip the table, burn the bridges, or tear everything down. All you have to do is take back 1 hour. Just one. 1 hour a day, that's yours. 1 hour where you shut out the noise, the distractions, the excuses. 1 hour where you focus on something that builds you, whether learning, planning, exercising, creating, or working on your goals. Because here's the truth, that hits hard on focused. Hour a day over time has the power to transform your entire life. It's not magic, it's not hype, it's math and momentum. Think about it, 1 hour a day for 30 days. That's 30 hours. That's almost a full-time work week. Invested in your growth, your dreams, your progress, and most people won't do it. Not because they can't, but because they won't. They tell themselves they're too busy, too tired, too stressed, but the truth is they're too undisciplined. You don't need to change your whole day, you just need to change 1 hour. And once you own that hour, once you make it yours, you'll look back and wonder why you didn't start sooner. The harsh reality where your time goes. Let's face the truth. Most people do not lose time by accident. They give it away. They hand it over to distractions and waste without even thinking. Then they sit back and wonder why their life is not moving forward. The truth is simple. Television, social media, gossip, endless worrying, video games, and complaining. This is where their time goes. People spend their days chasing entertainment instead of chasing success. They trade their most valuable resource, time, for activities that bring no return. When they look up and feel stuck, they often tell themselves the biggest lie, I just don't have time. But here's the hard truth. 1 hour spent working on your goals or dreams has more value than 5 hours lost to mindless distraction. Focused time creates progress. Wasted time creates regret. You are either in charge of your hour, or your hour is in charge of you. There is no middle ground. And if you do not control your time, the world will. The world will gladly fill your day with news, entertainment, gossip, and meaningless tasks. By the time you realize it, the day is gone, and you are no closer to your dreams. Ask yourself honestly, where is your time going right now? How many hours each day are you spending on television, social media, or meaningless talk? How much time is lost to worrying about things you cannot control? How much energy is wasted on excuses? Until you answer these questions honestly, nothing will change. Now let's look at the numbers. 1 wasted hour every day adds up to 365 hours a year. That is more than 9 full work weeks gone. Imagine if you had 9 extra weeks each year to improve your health, your business, your skills, or your relationships. 9 weeks is a huge gift, yet most people throw it away, 1 hour at a time. On the other hand, if you take that same hour and use it on something meaningful, you will make progress that few people ever reach. This is not guesswork. This is simple math. Success does not belong to the lucky. It belongs to the focused. It belongs to those who take control of their time. Small, smart choices made every day are what builds success. But distractions are not just small habits, they're silent thieves. They look harmless, but they steal your time, your energy, and your progress. Distractions have destroyed more dreams and potential than failure ever has. Failure can teach you. Distraction only numbs you and robs you. Taking back your hour is where success begins. That 1 hour teaches you discipline. It builds momentum. It sharpens your thinking and strengthens your habits. It gives you proof that you are in control of your life. You do not need to change everything overnight. You do not need to quit your job or flip your world upside down. You just need to take back 1 hour. 1 hour each day that belongs to you and your goals. 1 hour to stop making excuses and to start becoming who you want to be. The choice is yours. You can keep living the same way and get the same results, or you can reclaim your time and build a new path. The hour you protect will become the foundation of your success. And the best part is, once you control 1 hour, you will realize how much more you can control. That is when your life begins to change the logic behind 30 days, why it works. Let's get something straight. 30 days is not magic. It is not some lucky number that suddenly transforms your life. Just because you flip a calendar page, it works because of one reason: science. Human beings do not change by accident. They change through repetition. They change through small, focused actions repeated again and again until those actions become part of who they are. Wishing does not create change. Hope does not build habits. Discipline and repetition do. That is why 30 days matter. You see, most people approach change the wrong way. They set big, overwhelming goals. They fire it up for a few days, maybe a week, and then when motivation fades, they quit. They say it's too hard, or I don't have time, or maybe later. The truth is, they fail, not because they are incapable, but because they never gave themselves enough time to build momentum. This is where the 30-day window becomes powerful. 30 days give you a container. It is long enough to see results, but short enough to stay focused. It creates a sprint, not a marathon. But that sprint starts to build the muscles you will need to keep going. Let's break it down with simple numbers. 1 hour a day for 30 days equals 30 hours. That is almost an entire work week. Think about that. In just 1 month, you are giving yourself nearly a full week of progress that is 30 hours. Invested in learning, in health, in building a skill, in repairing your finances, in strengthening a relationship, or in growing your business, and you are doing it without quitting your job, without abandoning your responsibilities, without turning your life upside down. You are doing it with what you already have. You are doing it with time. The power of time is often misunderstood. People think it is about big leaps or dramatic moves, but real change comes from the compound effect. Time compounds when you use it well. Just like money invested over time grows with interest, effort invested over time multiplies its returns. You do not just improve a little. When you give 1 focused hour every day, you begin to transform. You sharpen your focus, your discipline, and your sense of purpose. You start to notice small wins. Maybe you read a few pages each day, and after 30 days you have finished a book. Maybe you save a little money each day, and after 30 days you have built an emergency fund. Maybe you exercise a little each day, and after 30 days your energy is doubled. The beauty of this system is that you stop seeing yourself as someone who only talks about goals and start seeing yourself as someone who follows through. That shift in identity is everything. When you prove to yourself that you can show up every day for 1 hour, you build self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation for every bigger goal you will ever chase. Now here's the truth. Most people miss. People drastically overestimate what they can do in a single day and drastically underestimate what they can do in 30 days. They think, what's 1 hour? So they waste it. They think, what's 1 workout? So they skip it. They think, what's 1 page of reading? So they close the book. But 1 hour is not just 1 hour. It is a seed, it is a deposit, it is a brick in the foundation of the life you are building. When you stack those bricks, when you make those deposits, when you plant those seeds, every single day you wake up 30 days later with something real. You wake up with progress. You wake up with proof that you are not the same person you were when you started. The reason 30 days works is that it forces consistency, and consistency is the ultimate equalizer. You do not need to be the smartest, the fastest, the most talented, or the most connected. You just need to be consistent. You need to show up when others are distracted. You need to put in the work when others are making excuses. You need to invest your hour when others are wasting theirs. That consistency compounds. It creates a rhythm. It creates momentum. And momentum is a powerful force. Once it starts rolling, it is hard to stop. Another reason 30 days works is that it is a manageable promise. Anyone can commit to 30 days. It is not a lifetime sentence. It is not a vague someday. It is a clear focus challenge. It tells your brain, we are doing this now, we are doing this today, and we are doing it again tomorrow. It pushes you to prioritize, to get organized, and to take action. And once you cross that finish line, once you hit day 30, you will not just have results, you'll have a track record, you'll have a body of proof that you can keep going. And that changes everything. At the end of 30 days, you are no longer just someone with a dream. You are someone with discipline. You are someone who knows what it means to follow through. And that identity, that sense of confidence is what carries you into bigger challenges, bigger goals, and bigger wins. It is not the 30 days that change your life. It is who you become over those 30 days that changes your life. So stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop telling yourself you will start someday. Take back 1 hour. Do it every day. Commit to 30 days. Watch what happens when you stay consistent. When you prove to yourself that you can be trusted with your own dreams, that is when transformation begins. Where to focus your 1 hour? So now the big question is, where should you focus that 1 hour? It is not enough to simply carve out time. You need to point that time in the right direction. The truth is 1 hour spent on the right thing. Many people stay busy, but they are busy going nowhere. They confuse motion with progress, but the two are not the same. If you want your hour to matter, you must be intentional first. Use that hour to build a skill. Skills are assets. They're the tools you carry for life. Learn to communicate better. Improve your sales ability. Study leadership. Practice a craft. Learn a language. Or develop your creativity. When you build a skill, you increase your value, not just in the marketplace, but in your own eyes. The more valuable you become, the more confident you feel. And confidence is the fuel you need to keep pushing forward. Second, use the hour to exercise your body. Your health is the foundation of everything. Without it, success feels empty. You do not need to become an athlete overnight, but you do need to move your body. Go for a walk, lift some weights, stretch, run, or do any form of exercise that strengthens you. A healthy body sharpens your mind, boosts your energy, and helps you handle stress. Success demands energy, and exercise builds that energy. Third, use the hour to read, study, or write. Feed your mind. Too many people stop learning after school, but the real winners in life are lifelong learners. Read books that challenge you, study topics that matter to your goals, or write down your ideas, reflections, and lessons. Writing is a tool for thinking. It clarifies your mind and helps you turn chaos into order. A growing mind leads to a growing life. Fourth, use the hour to plan and set goals. Without a plan, your days drift. Without clear goals, your effort gets scattered. Use the hour to review where you are, decide where you want to go, and map out the steps to get there. Look at your calendar. Are you spending time on what matters, or are you just reacting to life? Planning gives you direction. It helps you use your time with purpose instead of wasting it in reaction. Fifth, use the hour to fix what is broken in your life. We all have areas we avoid. Maybe it is a financial mess, a damaged relationship, a health issue, or unfinished work. Ignoring it will not make it go away. Use the hour to face it head on. Make the phone call. Clean up the mess. Have the hard conversation. Fixing broken areas, clear space for growth. It frees up energy that has been tied up in stress and avoidance. Here's the key point. You do not need to do all of these at once. You just need to pick one. Focus creates power. Trying to change everything at the same time leads to burnout. Choose the area that matters most right now and go deep. One focused hour beats 10 scattered hours. 1 hour of real work on your dreams beats 10 hours of fake busyness. Do not fall into the trap of looking busy but achieving nothing. Remember, time spent on the right thing produces results far beyond the time you put in. This is called leverage. You may spend 1 hour learning a skill, but that skill can serve you for decades. You may spend 1 hour exercising, but the health and energy you gain will fuel everything else you do. You may spend 1 hour repairing a relationship, but the peace you gain can lift your entire life. Small actions compound when they are pointed in the right direction. And here is another truth. The right hour does not just improve your life, it transforms how you see yourself. When you show up for yourself consistently, you build trust. You stop seeing yourself as someone who only talks about change and start seeing yourself as someone who makes change happen. That shift in identity creates momentum, and once momentum is on your side, progress accelerates. Do not waste your hour on things that drain you or distract you. Spend it where it matters. Spend it where it stretches you, strengthens you, and sharpens you. That hour is your investment, and over time it pays the best dividends you will ever see. The price of ignoring this challenge. Let's talk about the cost of doing nothing. Because while everyone focuses on the work it takes to change, they rarely stop to think about the price of staying the same. If you don't take back that hour, if you let it slip through your fingers day after day, nothing will change. Your life will stay exactly as it is, and at first that may not feel so bad. After all, no one notices the damage in a single day, but over time, the cost becomes brutal. Here's what happens. Regret builds. It does not show up all at once. It arrives slowly, quietly, one missed day at a time. You start with small disappointments. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and you say it again. A week goes by, then a month, then a year. Suddenly you look back and wonder where the time went. The goals you once cared about start to feel far away, almost like they belong to someone else. You begin to carry the weight of what if? What if I had started when I said I would? What if I had just stuck with it? Regret becomes a heavy load to carry, and as regret builds, dreams begin to fade. Dreams are like fire. They need attention, care, and action to keep burning without fuel. They die out every time you ignore your hour. Every time you say, not today. You pour a little more water on that fight. Over time, the dreams that once excited you become faint memories. You may even convince yourself they were never possible to begin with, but deep down you know the truth. They didn't fail. You just stopped feeding them the most dangerous cost of all. It is what happens to your confidence. Confidence is not something you were born with. It is something you build every time you make a promise to yourself and keep it. You strengthen your trust in your own word. You tell yourself, I am someone who follows through. But every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at that trust. You teach yourself that your words mean nothing. Slowly your confidence erodes. You start to doubt yourself, not just with one goal, but in every area of life. You hesitate, you hold back, you settle. That is the real cost of ignoring this challenge. Now let's get to the truth that most people avoid. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Discipline is hard. There is no denying that. It takes effort to show up when you don't feel like it, to push yourself, to stay focused when distractions are everywhere. But that pain is light, but is temporary. It passes. And on the other side of it is strength, growth, and progress. Regret, it's on the other hand, is heavy. It stays with you. It wakes you up in the middle of the night. It whispers in your ear when you see someone living the life you wanted. It follows you into old age. When you look back and realize you let fear and laziness steal your potential. The pain of discipline asks for something small today. The pain of regret demands everything tomorrow. Here's the honest truth. You will pay a price no matter what you choose. You can pay the price of discipline now, or you can pay the price of regret later. There is no escaping the cost, but only one of those prices will leave you stronger, wiser, and proud of the life you are building. The other will leave you bitter, frustrated, and wondering why you waited so long. So the next time you are tempted to skip your hour, remind yourself what is really at stake. It is not just 1 hour. It is your progress, it is your confidence, it is your dreams, it is your future. The small pain of showing up today will save you from the crushing pain of regret. Tomorrow, the decision is yours. You can keep drifting and watch your potential fade, or you can take back your hour. Face the discomfort and step into the life you were meant to live. Just remember, the pain of discipline is measured in moments. The pain of regret is measured in a lifetime. Now it is time for the part that most people will not want to hear. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself that you do not have time. Stop pretending that your schedule is the reason you are not where you want to be. Everyone has the same 24 hours. Everyone gets the same clock. The difference is not in the amount of time we are given. The difference is in how we use it. The hard truth is, you have 1 hour. You have it every day. You may not see it right now, but it is there. It is hidden in the time you waste scrolling through your phone. It is hiding in the shows you binge without thinking. It is buried inside the conversations that go nowhere, the moments of procrastination and the excuses you have been telling yourself for years. You have 1 hour. The question is not if you have it, the question is if you will claim it. So here is the challenge, and I'm not asking, I'm telling you, this is the standard you need to set. If you are serious about changing your life for the next 30 days, prove to yourself that you mean business. Do not prove it to me. Do not prove it to your family, your friends, or your social media followers. Prove it to the one person who matters most. For 30 days, carve out 1 hour every day. Protect it like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Use that hour to focus on something that matters, something that builds you, strengthens you, or moves you closer to your goals. No half-hearted effort, no dabbling, no pretending. This is all in 1 hour, every day. No excuses. Do not tell yourself you will do it. When things calm down, life does not calm down. Life will keep throwing distractions at you. It will test you. It will tempt you. It will tell you to wait. That is why this challenge matters. It is not just about building a habit. It is about building resilience. It is about proving to yourself that you can keep a promise, that you can show up even when it is uncomfortable. Even when you are tired, even when the world is pulling at you from every direction. Understand this: if you cannot claim 1 hour out of 24, you are not in control of your life. You are not in control of your time, your focus, or your future. And if you are not in control, then who is? The world your boss? Social media, the news distraction? That is not the life you want. That is not the life you were meant for. So here is what you do today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, not the first of next month. Today. Sit down and block off 1 hour. Put it on your calendar. Make it non-negotiable. Decide what you will focus on, and when the time comes, show up and do the work. Not perfectly, not without struggle, but consistently show up. Do the work, keep the promise. And when your mind starts to offer you excuses, and it will remember this, you do not need to negotiate with yourself. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to wait for motivation or inspiration or the perfect mood. You just need to do what you said you would do, 1 hour every day. No excuse for 30 days. You will face the resistance that has been stopping you for years. You will come face to face with your own habits, your own limits, your own distractions. And when you push through them, even for 1 hour a day, you'll discover a version of yourself that is stronger, clearer, and more powerful than you thought possible. This is not just a challenge. This is a test of your commitment, your discipline, your desire to grow. And when you pass this test, you will never look at yourself the same way again. You'll know that you can trust yourself. You'll know that you are capable of more. You will know that when you set a standard, you can rise to meet it. So no more excuses, no more waiting, no more hoping that life will hand you the results you want. It is time to earn them. 1 hour every day for 30 days. Prove to yourself that you are serious. Prove to yourself that you are done with the old story. Prove to yourself that you are ready to step into the life you were meant for. Let's talk about what is on the other side of this challenge, because it is not just about the work, the discipline, or the struggle. It is about the reward. It is about what you will gain when you show up for yourself day after day and refuse to back down. This is where the real magic happens, not by chance, but by choice. At the end of 30 days, you will feel stronger, And I'm not just talking about physical strength, although you may experience that too. If you have focused on health, I am talking about mental strength, emotional strength, and the kind of inner toughness that cannot be bought or borrowed. You will have gone through days when you did not feel like showing up, when life threw distractions and temptations your way. When your old habits whispered to you to quit, but you will have stood your ground. You will have kept your promise. That process builds a quiet power inside you. It teaches you that you can handle discomfort, that you can do hard things, that you are far stronger than you thought. You will also think clearly when you commit to one focused hour every day. Your mind sharpens. You stop living in constant reaction mode. You stop spinning in circles. You begin to see patterns in your behavior, in your goals, in your challenge. You gain clarity about what matters and what does not. You learn to prioritize. You learn to say no to things that drain you and yes to things that build you. The fog that once clouded your thinking starts to lift, and you see your life with fresh eye. But perhaps the greatest reward is this: you'll start to believe in yourself again. That may sound simple, but it is life-changing. So many people walk around doubting themselves. They doubt their discipline, their willpower, and their ability to follow through. Every broken promise to themselves is chipped away at their self-confidence. But 30 days of consistent actions start to rebuild that trust. You show yourself that you are someone who keeps promises. You prove to yourself that you can do what you say you will do. And with that proof comes belief. You do not just hope you can change. You know you can. And here's the real kicker, the part that will surprise you most. You'll look back at the end of these 30 days and wonder why you ever doubted yourself. You'll laugh at how long you waited to take control. You'll realize that the limits you thought were holding you back were mostly in your mind. You'll look at the person you were before the challenge and feel a deep sense of pride that you chose to step up. This shift will ripple into every area of your life. Your relationships will improve because you show up as a more confident, grounded person. Your work will improve because you bring a sharper focus and discipline. Your health will improve if you invest that hour in your body, your finances, your mindset, your sense of peace. All of it will rise because you have raised your standard. Most importantly, you will have built momentum. And momentum is priceless. It is what turns a small habit into a lifestyle. It is what takes you from short bursts of effort to long-term transformation. You will have proven to yourself that you can move from wishing to doing, from planning to executing, from dreaming to achieving. So here's what is waiting for you: strength, clarity, confidence, momentum, and a deep, unshakable belief that you can handle whatever comes next. You will walk taller. You'll speak with more conviction. You will carry yourself differently, and you'll inspire the people around you not by what you say, but by how you live. Remember this: nothing changes if you do not change, but everything begins to change when you do that. 1 hour is your key. That 30-day challenge is your doorway, and on the other side of it is a version of you that you have been waiting to meet. Stronger, clearer, and ready for the next level.